Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk about Rainbow Ritchie Blackmore's 16th century Greensleeves, and then we're just going to talk about the medieval dyads. So Blackmore talked about this to where the medieval music uses a lot of dyads. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to sing a little bit of 16th century Greensleeves. I haven't sung this in a long time. Actually, I've never played this with a band, which is very unfortunate. But I used to sing in a Dio band. Singing is what I do. I actually hate playing guitar, but I kind of just play sometimes. So we're going to talk about this. Don't misunderstand this. I'm singing because I love to sing, so it's not like I'm trying to prove anything. But if there's a prolific guitar player out there who writes this kind of music, that would be cool. I could sing in your band, right? I haven't sung all day. I actually haven't sung in a couple of days, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, all right. So medieval music, according to Blackmore, uses a lot of dyads. So a dyad is a two-note chord. So this would be considered dyad. Two notes, right? Not like three notes, but two notes are called dyads in music. So what makes it, the medieval dyads special is that the interval is fourths, right? So if you know your intervals, which is very important, so you have your root, I'm an A, right? And then you have your fifth. If I just hit those two notes, I'm going acoustic because acoustic sounds heavier a lot of places, right? So the fifth has a very dominant sound, right? It's a very resolving sound. Well, I guess not resolving to the root, but it's very, dominant sound. I do know a lot about music theory though. So that's kind of my thing, is that eventually I became a singer because, and please don't take this the wrong way, I sort of mastered every instrument as far as I could, right? I'm not saying I'm a master at all these instruments, but as far as I could, as far as I could take it. So I've kind of mastered all these instruments, and then finally I just went, okay, I just want to sing it, that's it. So I would love to find somebody that writes music like this, so I could just, I'm actually looking for, Iomi or like a Blackmore to write music with, much like Dio did, you know what I mean? Anyway, so you know your intervals, right? That's a stable sound. That's a dominant stable sound. But the fourths is basically if I go 5 and 5, right? That is a dyad right there, medieval dyad. So if the interval is a fourth, it's kind of like not a completely dominant sound, but a stable sound, but it's got a weird sort of vibe to it, ominous vibe, right? Immediately sounds kind of ancient, right? So 16th century Greensleeves is a reworking of an old song. I think it's an old hymn from like a long time ago, and then they kind of reworked it, because you always hear like Greensleeves. I heard the Greensleeves version, but it doesn't sound anything like this, so I don't know. So, but they still credit the, they just, it's a reworked version, I think. So we're gonna play it, and then I'll sing a little bit of it, okay? And then it's just, the thing here to note is that the song is written using a lot of dyads, medieval dyads, which is fourths, basically what we're talking about. Okay, so I think he starts off like this, right? I mean, of course, I'm not going to be able to play all the parts in this guitar. The main thing here is just to introduce the dyads, and then I want to have a little fun singing. And if you want to hear me sing with the Dio band, I think I did Country Girl on this channel. You can check that out. I think I'll actually post the link on that at the end of the video, okay? So in the beginning of the song, 16th century Greensleeves, I've sung the song many, many times in here. So, right, that's such a cool chord right there. Let's just talk about that. Like he goes, the intro that ends like this, then it's like, so that's when the dyads kick in. So you're on the 9 and 9, right? 9th fret, so it's basically like F sharp. I'm not going to play it exact, sorry. And So that's pretty much all we're going to talk about. Just the vibe of that. Just the fourth, okay? And then how this is like kind of like, you know, they call it castle rock almost now. So I will sing it, and then we'll see what happens. And I think it starts out like this, right? Because you're used to playing the fifth all the time, that I reverted back to the fifth. So it's actually be like fourth. It's only been an hour since they locked her in the tower. The time has come, we must be done by the morning. Right? And it's kind of this weird sort of thing to where it goes, I have to have this here because I'm singing, but it's this weird sort of thing under the vocal melody. It does this. So it's basically 9, 9, 5, 5, and 7, 7. And then it goes 9, 9 on the third and fourth strings for a little bit. But it's just, we're not in it. This is not a guitar lesson. So we're just kind of getting our mind wrapped around the sound of the fourths. I think what it is, what am I missing there? I think it's like this. I mean, who can sing and play the song at the same time? I just don't want to get rolled out. And then it goes to solo. Classic song. Something like that. It goes something like that. So anyway, it's just, I just love the sound of this. Medieval dyads, ancient world music. You know, and obviously, of course, you know what I'm going to say here is that, you know, it's not that nobody invented the fourths before the, you know, the medieval Europeans. So this is a sound that's been around for a long time, you know, all around the world, I would say. You know, Indian music, especially. But it sounds ominous. So the power chord would sound like this. Sounds like a different sound, right?